Pharrell is one of the greatest producers of all time. Rodney Jerkins, Timbaland, all these guys, they're great. You know, Babyface, talking about the verses. Everybody always asks me about the verses. Mm-hmm. And I put Babyface up here. I'm here.
Right.
I'm getting up there. But I'll try your chin. I'll try your chin, you know.
How did that feel sitting there with Babyface? Like,
I ain't scared of you. Mama ain't raised no punk.
Right.
I did it because I felt like we needed that. It was COVID time. Yeah. And I didn't want people to be like, yo, he backed down. Nah, we don't back down. We gonna get up there and strategize and be like, okay, let's take everybody to the picnic. Let's take everybody to the Palladium, then the rooftop, and then come back and take them to the bed.
Yeah,
to the bed.
I think it's very important to walk into the verses with a strategy.
Yeah, but I ain't have really anybody on my side but Breon and Andre Harrell. Andre Harrell called me. He's like, yo, you good? Because I'm over here, for you. Mm-hmm. What you gonna play? I don't know if he was playing both sides, but Andre is like my big brother. So I trusted that, and he was like, yo, you gotta take them to the rooftop. And he just, you know how Andre talks. Yeah. And then you come back, then you take them to the picnic, and then you take them here, and then the family reunion, and then let him take them to the wedding and the ceremonies and all that. To the bed. Right. Because we had the bed records, but I knew I had them guns. I was like, yo, let me pull out the 45 and then pull out the AK. And we didn't even get that far. We broke the internet.
Yeah, I was about to say that was one of the hardest ones to watch because you couldn't watch it because everybody tried to watch it at the same time and it was shutting down. And I'm in the crib like, no, what is going on? Like
the report says that we had 8 billion instances. Y'all know what that is? Coming in, going out, coming in. People it was like going to the club.
Why don't these things turn into tours?
Huh?
Why don't these things turn into tours?
Who are we?
My hustler, baby.
We're the minorities.
Right.
They don't want to see the minorities get on top. They didn't want to report. CNN was the one that told us, right? CNN was the one that gave the report of us having over 8 billion instances. And then somebody sent us something saying it's 4. That's still breaking the internet.
Still crazy. That's still insane.
Still insane. We're still the biggest of them all.
All right. Without putting yourself in danger of the elites deciding that you're not supposed to be here anymore, what is actually blocking that?
I truly don't know, because how you say when you get a car, your car is governed. It can't go past 200 miles an hour.
Right.
We have automatic govern on certain ones.
It's a ceiling.
It's a sealer. So, like when you do posts, come on. I have 1.some million followers. Now I have almost 2 million something followers, right?
Right.
I'll put out a blast. Why they all ain't getting it? It's governed.
That's too much.
I keep
much
telling
power.
y'all, it's not. To me, it's not power. It's a wise move in those companies. If you go out here, I'm trying to advertise for Pepsi. I want Pepsi to advertise and pay me for their advertisement. Mm-hmm. And then you just out here like this. Yeah, y'all drink Pepsi. They're not getting none of that money. They're not gonna let y'all just advertise to 1 million something people at one time.
Because you might say,
but here's
I got my own Pepsi.
Right, I got my
They make money anyway.
Right.
They do, because the more we tap, the more they get paid.
Right. But one of y'all might say
more
revolution.
They
don't want that.
Every time we go into IG, they get paid.
That's true.
Right. So why separate everyone or create a distance or an algorithm to kind of separate people from the audience that came looking for you, that clicked the button to follow you?
I can't even answer that. I mean, I can, but I can't answer it.
Right.
You know, because I don't want to be shadow banned again. I went against it.
Right.
And I'm just trying to walk a straight line and, you know, figure out another way to get to my audience. You know, I even thought about, you know, like doing this book. I really feel like I know I'll make money on it, more money on this book than my record streaming.
That was another.
For sure.
That was the next place I was going. Streaming.
Streaming is robbing us. Straight robbing us.
Straight.
No sugarcoating.
Was there anyone in between the streaming situations, the way it was set up, the way it was structured, who benefited while everybody else suffered?
Yeah. The big three. The big three. Hey, listen, if you don't know the back offices and the stock business, you're not in the game. You're not in the game. You know, the business that I'm doing today is not even thinking about selling or selling a stream. It's the back office. You got to figure that out. Once you figure that out, you're going to be all right. And I fear I need to get into hardware and books.
Physical, yeah.
Right.
That's tangible. You can't pirate that.
Right.
It'll never be the same. Collector's item. That's why I want the hardback. That's why I want to get into hardware. I'm the ambassador of Akai. I'm going to be in that building. I'm going to create a drum machine or whatever it is. It's got to happen or I can't represent that company.
Do you think
Hardware is the way to go, and I've learned that from Jimmy Iovine. It's hardware. Jimmy Iovine, Dre, and they did it. And also will.i.am. They did it.
Recently, J. Cole dropped The Fallout. He's been going state to state, selling CDs. Do you think that's something
the way
that
to go.
should reemerge?
I'm going back to vinyl. I'm figuring out ways with my attorney, you know, to take my records off of the PROs. You know, because it's not really doing anything for us. You know, it's just they just playing it and streams. You make nothing. And I wish we can do something as a whole about it. It's the only way it's gonna work. But we're not like the basketball players and the NFL players. They go on strike and everything stops. And all of the gatekeepers and everybody's like, yo, let's huddle. We gotta do something about this.
Do something right.
We gotta give them what they want.
Right.
We too afraid. I'm not saying me, I would do it any day. But you got a lot of artists out here, it's just like, nah, I gotta keep going. I gotta get my music out there. Your music ain't getting nowhere. You ain't making no money from it, you're just giving it away.
Correct.
So it's a give and take situation here where we gotta truly think about it, or it's gonna be no music business in a minute. If we don't really straighten up. Now, I commend the people who are going direct to consumer, because that's the way to go.
Shout out to Lil Russell.
So,
Yeah.
Lil Russell.
Dangerous.
He I think his business model is going to become the standard.
yeah.
Yeah.
If you're not afraid.
If you're not afraid.
You gotta have the heart, and you gotta be like, it's not about the money, because it ain't really about the money when you let your records get streamed. You ain't think about the money.
Right.
So what you have to lose? I mean, there are people who are fighting. You'll see the interviews and the court cases with the Spotify's and all that, and raise it from a 0.3 penny or whatever it is to now a 0.9 penny or a whole penny.
Not a penny.
Come on.
Is it a penny?
They saying it's trying to get to a penny.
Trying to get to a penny.
But that's still nothing.
No,
they are ripping us off.
Y'all was getting 10 cents on albums, right? 10 cents on CD.
10 cents a CD?
A CD, something like that.
No.
Standard.
What was the...
That's not the deal that I made.
No?
The Blackstreet deal I made, shoot, I get more than 10 cents.
Yeah, he looked up like with a smile. He's like, 10 cents.
10 cents.
But I mean, they went from 10 cents a record to 0.1100 on the street.
No, 0.0001.
Sorry, right,
Yeah.
0.001 on the street.
Right.
So we had this conversation about people not owning anything at this age. There's these companies that have all the control of these things don't physically own or make any of the products they sell.
Right.
Amazon doesn't have any physical stores, brick and mortar like that. Spotify doesn't make any records to that degree. Airbnb doesn't own any hotels. Uber don't own any cars. Right? There's a bunch of companies out here that sell shit that they don't do.
That is true. Did y'all know anything about Universal opening record stores again?
I heard that they wanted to do brick.
They opened 2 here in New York.
They did?
There have been 2 in New York?
Yeah, I think one is uptown and they're part of I think Virgin. Virgin still have a couple of stores.
Yeah.
A few stores.
Virgin Mega?
Virgin Megas, yeah.
Word.
And they're starting to, do some vinyl. They see what's going on. Cardi B sold a bunch of vinyl. Mm-hmm. So now you see it still works.
The clips sold vinyl, this rollout.
So now okay.
So these are the things that, they're doing and they're trying because they realize it's not adding up. And the one thing I learned from the Black Godfather is everything is about numbers. And when the numbers don't make sense, something got to be done about it. He was the one that, really fought for us, our rights to, making money and making what we deserve. And if we had another one of him, it would probably change. We really don't have that right now. Nobody's strong enough, and should anybody make the attempt, it is what it is.
Do you believe in conspiracies? Believe in conspiracies?
Do I?
Or do you believe the conspiracies to be fact?
It's hot for trapper turn smack rapper. Only smack rapper that you know is smack rapper.